Okay, so the stocking and the wool's been in the wash now, and it's just been on for like an hour and 3 minutes, so not very long at all, just on a normal 40 wash. And as you can see, it's really decreased in size, and that's why it's really important to use more wool than you think you actually need, just to ensure that you get a larger bulk when it comes out of the washing machine. Now, if you've made something before and you know the weight of the wool, then you can just go ahead and use that weightage of wool in the stocking. And I should say that I'm using extra large stockings as well, rather than sort of small ones, to make sure that I can really pack in a large amount of wool to make really large sculptures from the big kind of like wool mound that's created when it comes out of the washing machine. So what you want to do is, now that it's been washed, just rather than trying to untangle the hairbands initially, I've just got some embroidery scissors and I'm just going to snip off the ends either side. Just find a gap there and snip that off. And then you can do one of two things. You can either let it dry, because this is a bit damp still, or we can just go straight ahead and peel off the stocking now, and then we can start shaping it. And what you'll find is, and you can probably see on the camera here, because it's been washed, a lot of the fibres come through the stocking, which causes the stocking to almost stick to the wool. Now, it wouldn't matter too much if you left this on. You could still felt over it, so you don't have to take it off if you don't want to. But I prefer to take it off because I just find that it's easier to felt over the solid ball of wool without the stocking. So I'm just going to start snipping this away. And it's quite robust, so you can be quite rough with it, and like I said before, you can actually, whilst it's still damp, you can still mould it as well. So if you want to create a certain shape, now's the time to kind of start forming that shape with it, and just pull it away until you've got all of your wool exposed. And then what I tend to do, because I tend to use this technique a lot for when I'm making my taxidermy ducks and things, and like I said earlier, I'm making a rabbit this time, I like to flatten one side, and that's going to be the side that's going to be flush with the wool. So once I've removed the stocking, I want to then start thinking about either kind of giving it a little bit of a light felt with the needles just to get that back end nice and flat, or just letting it dry on so it's sat on the side that you're going to be having as flat, and then maybe just felt it down a little bit just to give some pressure to that back end bit to make it nice and flush, so when it goes against the wall you don't have anything kind of sticking out and looking a bit ugly. So I'm just going to pull these last few bits off, gradually getting there. When I ordered these stockings, my husband got quite excited and he was like, "Oh, you've bought some sexy stockings," and I was like, I'm afraid they're for the wool and they're not actually in my size." So he was a bit disappointed. There we go. So that's all pulled away. So that just goes in the bin. And then that's the only thing with this technique, is that you can't reuse it once it's obviously been through the washing machine, but you can get 4 uses out of one set of extra large stockings. So so it's not too kind of wasteful, and it does speed up the felting process significantly. So now I've got this ball of wool, what I can do now is I can add to it, so I can make it larger if I want to and sort of give it a bit more shape. So for instance, I'm going to be making a rabbit face with this, so I'll probably pack some large sections of wool down here just to create the kind of like the bigger cheeks, and then put some more here onto the nose and create a larger head area. So there's lots of things you can do, but it's a really great technique for speeding things up and just cuts the time out for you, so you can spend more time actually on your designs and the fun stuff rather than the boring stuff of adding loads and loads of layers of core wool to get to the size that you need your project to be. So I hope you found that useful, and I will see you again tomorrow. See you soon. Bye.